If dinosaurs had a walk of fame, this would be it. Hey, Chad Booth here. Today on AYL, I'm quite literally walking in the footsteps of dinosaurs and exploring the West at the same time. Then, Susan Wood finds out what would bring a New York photographer all the way to Utah. Are the views really that good, or is it just for the skiing? Finally, Darren Kinder rides St. George at an event where everyone can climb behind the handlebars. It's action, it's adventure, it's impressionable dinosaurs. And it's AYL next.
Lots of red sand, mountains, junipers, and really old stuff. That's what our show's about today. Hi, everybody. Welcome to At Your Leisure. I'm Chad Booth, running solo, but not really. Today I'm with the Utah, Arizona ATV Club, or, well, not all of it. It's a big club. How many members do you have?
About 100.
About 100 members. But we have the cream of the crop of the club here, and they're going to take us out to find an interesting location. It's one of the locations that's on this new disc that's available through Kane County Tourism. We are just south of the Coral Pink Sand Dunes State Park in Kane County on the southern tip of the state of Utah. We're fairly close to the Arizona border. Geography lesson. U.S. nation, Paiute Nation. Utah, Arizona. I'm in two states at once. And we are standing for the open in a parking lot that was just a big wide spot in the side of the road, but this is one of this club's projects. They build kiosks like the one behind you here, and they have information when you get to the site. You know where you can park, you're right on the trails, and you can take off. Now, you've done a lot of these, haven't you? I mean, you've got, where's some of the other locations?
Well, we have the Peekaboo trailhead that we did the parking lot, and also a kiosk there. We have one in Johnson Canyon.
Okay, so now this is a very active club, and they like to get these things set up and designated so that people know that there's an actual legitimate place to go and do stuff. Very active club. In fact, you guys even did something for Kanab City in their park, right?
We did. We donated 3 of the commercial aluminum picnic tables in the picnic area, and then we actually, because it has predominant southwest winds, we actually built a wind wall around the eating area to try to reduce some of the wind when you have a dinner up there at the park. And we donated that as a club.
Well, we're going to take a look at some of the work the club has done, and they're going to take us out to a place where we might see dinosaurs, or at least traces of them. It's a fascinating place. That's our destination today, but we have a different destination for our travel adventure, and that's where we're headed right now. If you'd like more information on our travel adventure for this week, just go to the At Your Leisure website, AYLTV.com. You can find out all about it. Now, one of the things that I really like about riding ATVs in the Kane County, Kanab area is that you've got variety of terrain. You know, if you go over to Moab, you are talking about mostly slick rock. But in this short trip, we've gone through trees, across sand dunes, and now we're riding into slick rock. And by the time we finish this, we could be up in pine trees very easily if we head off that way over the next crest of the hill. So you've got tons of different kinds of areas to cover in one day's ride. It's great variety. Well, right now it's time for us to take a commercial break. When we come back, it'll be time for product reviews. Welcome back to At Your Leisure. We are at the prime destination of our trip today, a very pleasant little trip to the Dinosaur Raceway, and with me is the president of the UTAZ, I just call it the Utah, Arizona ATV Club, Tony Wright. Now, Tony and I have been friends for quite a while. In fact, one of the first trips we took together was to this very spot right after they'd discovered that there were dinosaur tracks.
Locals had known it was here for a long time. Come out here and picnic and Easter out here and look at the dinosaur tracks. And then the BLM found it. And about 2 years ago, we came out with a paleontologist. And he showed us thousands of dinosaur tracks. He says it's probably one of the biggest sites they've ever found, with a concentration of different dinosaurs. So it's pretty amazing.
It's one of just many different things that you can do in Kane County. In fact, the club has been working with the county in tourism, and they're putting together a disc, which we're very privileged to be trying to help them with in getting some of this together. Right. Tell me a little bit about how that idea came about.
Well, with BLM and the county fighting as they have in the past, there wasn't a lot of roads that were marked. People used to come down here and go out on some of the trails without guides, didn't know where they were going, didn't find a lot of things that were out there for them. And some of people got lost because they didn't know where they were going. And as a club, we decided that in order to help that, we would put these GPS coordinates together and put them on a disc and take pictures of different tours that we do. People know where to go and how to get back. So.
Getting back's an important part. Well, listen, right now it's time for us to go to our trailhead adventure for this week. And while we do that, let's go look at the tracks, Tony.
Let's do that.
Show me those thousands of tracks.
I will.
Enjoy the story. If you'd like more information on this week's trailhead adventure, you can check it out on the At Your Leisure website, www.ayltv.com, or look up At Your Leisure on Facebook. We're there now too. Now, we're looking at these tracks. So let Tony show us a little bit of some of these tracks here.
Okay, the small is this little one right here. You can see. It's probably about 3 to 4 inches long. And right next to it, we have this large one. It's probably a foot long.
Yeah, I'll take a look at that. Now, I noticed this white stuff around here. What is that?
That's where someone has taken a casting of the dinosaur track and has really ruined it for everybody else, because every time they come up here they'll see that white ring around there, and the BLM has come out and cleaned it off
As best they can.
But it's still there, you know, it's damaged it.
You know, we've got to become, as outdoor recreationists, we've got to become very vocal about this. When you see somebody doing something that messes it up for everybody else, we just can't be quiet anymore, can we? You have to speak up, because our access to this comes with responsibility, and the responsibility is to treat the land correctly and to make sure that we do our part to make sure others do the same thing. Stay with us. We'll be back with more of At Your Leisure. We'll be taking a look at this week's contest winner. We have a lot of other information for you on our events calendar coming right up. Stay with us. We're going to have another great show for you next week. Thanks for joining us today on At Your Leisure. Between now and the next time that we get together, make sure that you get out with your friends and family. Enjoy the great outdoors at your leisure. Okay, guys, let's ride.
After this time, and frankly, the weather isn't cooperating with us now, so I'm going to